911, what's your emergency?
Trainer down! An orca trainer needs help, now!
What should have been a moment of wonder turned into horror. A seasoned expert, a beloved figure, and a powerful predator collided in a moment no one could ever forget. Today on Animal World, we uncover the haunting final moments of Maris Ellington, a trainer known for her unmatched bond with the ocean's most intelligent predator, and the day that bond shattered. Before we dive in, please like this video, subscribe, and share to help us tell more powerful, emotional stories like this one. Maris Ellington wasn't born into a marine life family, but it was as though the ocean itself had chosen her. From the time she could walk, she was drawn to the sea. Other children built castles. Maris watched the waves. While her friends played tag, Maris was sketching dolphins. By 10, she could identify over 40 marine species. By 16, she was interning at the local aquarium, fascinated by every fin movement, every vocal click. She wasn't just passionate, she was gifted. By 24, with a marine biology degree in hand and dozens of research projects under her belt, Maris had one goal: to work with orcas. "They're not performers," she once said in an interview. "They're people of the sea, and they speak. We just need to learn how to listen." She believed in respect, in communication, in partnership. And then she met Cairo. Cairo was no ordinary orca. 11,000 pounds of sheer power, 23 feet long. A male caught off the Icelandic coast when he was just 3. For over 2 decades, he lived in a concrete world, scarred from social fights, revered by trainers, adored by crowds, but never free. Those who knew him described him in one word: unpredictable. He had moments of grace, painting like precision in performances, gentle nuzzles with Maris, but also moments of defiance, periods of silence, unexplained aggression, and yet Cairo and Maris developed something extraordinary. She talked to him differently, moved with him, understood his moods. It was like watching a conversation without words. Her colleagues whispered about her gift, her intuition, but even she couldn't foresee what was coming. Ocean World was a marvel of marine entertainment, with artificial lagoons, glass tunnels, and daily shows attended by thousands. To the public, it was magic. To trainers, it was stress, high-performance pressure, long hours, the emotional toll of working with captive giants, and the ever-present danger. Many orcas, including Cairo, were showing signs of psychological breakdown, jaw popping, floating listlessly, refusing commands. Maris voiced her concerns multiple times, especially about Cairo, but the show had to go on. She was worried, but she also loved him. She trusted him, maybe too much. It was a routine midday show, the kind Maris had led 100 times. At 11:46 a.m., she took her position, wetsuit zipped, headset ready, smiling. Cairo was already in the tank, circling, but something was different. His eyes tracked her more than usual. His movements were tighter, and his vocalizations were minimal. Still, the show began. Cairo leapt. The crowd roared, he spun, he dove. But his timing was off. Maris noticed. She signaled for a reset. He obeyed, then suddenly slapped the water with a thunderous tail hit. That was the first warning. The finale was meant to be breathtaking. Maris would signal a swim by where she would ride alongside. Cairo, hand on his dorsal. She extended her hand. Cairo dove, then shot upward on the other side, and lunged. Cairo clamped his jaws around Maris's arm and yanked her into the pool. The crowd gasped. Some thought it was a stunt. Then came the screaming. Backstage, trainers scrambled. Underwater tone generators activated. Protocol alarms sounded. But Cairo wasn't responding. He thrashed, dove, surfaced, dragged. It was like watching a friend turn into a stranger. Attempts to lure him failed. The emergency gates closed, but he was too fast. Every minute stretched endlessly. At 12:08 p.m., Cairo released her. Divers moved in. Staff pulled Maris's limp body from the water. CPR, tears, shouts, children crying. At 12:23 p.m., Maris Ellington was declared dead. Ocean World went into lockdown. Media helicopters swirled. Statements were issued. The show would never return. Understanding why Cairo snapped isn't just a question of behavior. It's a journey into the mind of a creature built for the vastness of the sea, forced into the confines of concrete. Marine psychologists, former trainers, animal rights advocates, and even ethicists have spent years unraveling the threads of that single violent moment. What led to the attack wasn't just one bad day. It was the accumulation of many, layered, buried, unspoken. In the wild, orcas swim up to 100 miles a day, dive hundreds of feet deep, and live within complex family groups that last a lifetime. In captivity, they circle, they echo, they wait. Experts argue that this deprivation, this forced stillness, can fracture even the most resilient minds. There were subtle warning signs, says marine behaviorist Dr. Miriam Levesque. Not dramatic enough to trigger alarms, but unmistakable in hindsight. Pacing, erratic vocalizations, refusal to engage. In many ways, Cairo was broadcasting distress the only way he knew how. But his language wasn't ours, and so we didn't listen. He was intelligent, aware, and utterly out of control of his own life. Every meal, every movement, every moment, dictated by others. For years, imagine being a thinking, feeling creature, unable to escape your own mind, your own memories, your own walls. After the attack, Cairo stopped eating for 3 days. He floated near the wall, unresponsive to trainers, as though he too had broken. Was it guilt? Was it confusion? Or perhaps, was it the first time he realized just how alone he truly was? Cairo's story forces us to ask hard questions, not just about one incident, but about an entire industry, about how much pressure a sentient being can take before something inside them gives way. And Cairo is not an isolated case. Dozens of orcas in captivity have shown aggression, not because they are monsters, but because they were pushed too far. Now, he swims in silence. No crowds, no lights, just water and memory. Some say he should be released, that a sea sanctuary could give him a second chance, a taste of the life stolen from him. Others argue he spent too long in confinement, that the sea would confuse or kill him. And so he waits, in the limbo between punishment and pity. Maybe Cairo didn't snap. Maybe he cracked. And maybe what we witnessed that day wasn't a betrayal, but a culmination. The sound of an intelligent mind reaching its limit. Not evil, not madness, just exhaustion, pain, confusion. If we want to understand what happened that day, we must stop looking only at Cairo's actions and begin questioning our own. So what now? After all the headlines, the heartache, the haunting footage, how do we move forward? How do we prevent another Maris Ellington, another moment where awe turns into agony? The truth is, change is already happening, but it's not fast enough. Experts agree, safety starts with respect, not just for the animals, but for the limits of our control. Future solutions must go beyond harnesses and signals. They must focus on rethinking captivity itself. Sea sanctuaries, virtual experiences, behavioral science-led protocols. Each of these is a path toward a future where humans and orcas can coexist with understanding, not illusion. And above all, it requires listening to the science, to the animals, and to the voices of trainers like Maris, who saw them not as entertainers, but as sentient lives. We owe it to them, both the ones who swim in silence and the ones who gave everything trying to understand them. To every future trainer, researcher, and marine lover out there, remember, love is not enough without responsibility. If this story moved you, If you believe stories like Maris's deserve to be told, help us continue this mission. Hit that like button, share this with others, and most importantly, subscribe to Animal World. Together, we can bring light to stories hidden beneath the surface.